everyone, it's Heather again. I'm actually going to be posting this as a regular video on my channel, but it's not just any regular video. I'm actually auditioning for a channel called the Wool Hat Club. I've been aware of this channel for maybe over a year and a half, and I always thought it was a really interesting concept where a lot of creators come together on this one channel to talk about one thing and one thing only, and that is the Monkees. And everyone that's known me for a while has known that the Monkees has just always been one of my favorite fandoms. I was in the fandom like years and years ago, really hardcore into it. And I would like to do a video talking about my fandomness, I guess. Like my experience, how I got into it, how it progressed. But for right now, I want to just take care of the basics and tell you a little bit about myself and what I might bring to the channel. First of all, my name is Heather. Like I said, I'm 20 years old and I'm from Buffalo, New York. I have a horrible accent because of it, but I blame my region, but it's probably just me being an idiot. Another thing, I tend to swear a lot, but because this is kind of sort of a family channel, like, I have to curb that. That's probably my biggest hurdle here. Like, I can write the content, I can record it, I just have to watch myself. I did have some ideas for kind of one-off videos, like, for example, like going through all of my Monkees merch, which I don't have that much, but I'm kind of proud of what I do have. I've got some magazines, I've got a t-shirt, some records that you don't always see every day. So I think that would be fun. Like I said earlier, probably going through my past as a Monkee superfan and how it brought me to where I am now. Probably most underrated songs. That would be fun. One thing that could be interesting, might be embarrassing, a cringe video going through all of my old drawings. Maybe writing, but drawings were the main thing. Back in the day, and I'm talking when I was like 13, 14 years old, I was very prolific in my fandomness. It's not even a word, but I don't care. So, a lot of embarrassing results of that, but it would be fun, because I'm past that now, sort of. But the big thing that I think would be a really great series for me to do is going through every episode and doing a single review of each one and ranking them like 1 to 58. And I probably won't do the ranking until I've gone through all of the episodes, just because then I'll have an idea of my thoughts on each one and how to place them on the thing. Obviously, it's just going to be based on my opinion, and my opinions might be different than other Monkees fans, but I still think it'd be really fun to organize them. And it would be a lot of material. I mean, it would be almost 60 episodes worth of, or 60 videos worth of episodes, you know? So it would definitely be an ongoing thing. And without further ado, I'd like to talk about an example of what that would look like. So, I actually watched 2 episodes in preparation for this, taking notes. I watched the pilot, but then I thought a better place to start, even though it's not chronological, would be the episode called The Audition, aka Find the Monkees. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And I wrote down some criteria that I thought would be good to like judge it on, like to talk about, which is ranking out of 10, like on a scale from 1 to 10, how do I feel about it, my favorite bits from the episode, the good parts of it, and the not so good parts of the episode, which I didn't write down that many for the bad parts of this episode. Um, First of all, let's start with the good about the audition. I I really loved that this episode, it felt so much more real than the others. Like, yes, this is a show about a struggling band, but in most of the episodes, they're like chasing after princesses and like fighting evil bad guys and like getting involved in like Cold War spy activity. Whereas this one, they're a struggling band, acting like a struggling band, in a situation that a struggling band would find themselves in. And it really struck a good chord with me. No pun intended. It's like you can't help but root for them as they're trying so hard to get this audition. And it is frustrating at the end when they don't end up getting the gig after all. But that's how most sitcoms work, where they'll do things during the episode and by the end everything resolves and it's kind of like back to square one. So that's just a total normal sitcom thing. I did write down notes, so I'm looking at my notebook because I'm analog like that. Overall, I just thought it was a really cute, fun, and fast-paced episode. I really got sucked into it. It was never one of those episodes that to me stood out that I would go back and watch it over and over, but I never really disliked it. And when I went back to watch it, I was like, wow, this is a lot better than I remembered. It was really fun. They were all adorable, but I think Peter was kind of the superstar of that episode. He was just being adorable, really. It definitely feels like an episode about a struggling band should feel. Like actually trying to pursue something that will further their career. And let's talk about the bad parts. Now, I only wrote down one thing for this, and it's not necessarily bad, but it was like, I was kind of like wondering to myself, when they were trying to play for, I totally forgot his name, but when they were trying to play for that record executive, why wouldn't they choose to play the song that was on the demo? Because the demo was what they were going to show him. They were going to send that in. So they already thought that was a good example of their playing. Why would they play, like, I think it was 2 different songs that weren't on the demo? And ironically enough, the demo was what he liked. So if he heard that song, the song that they thought was great, he would be like, oh, that's you. Instead of being like, I've never heard this before, who are these weirdos? But that was the only part that I was like a little like raising my eyebrows at. My favorite bits, I did write down a couple. I can't speak today. I thought it was cute how they had a line where they were like, oh, guess what we got in the mail? An autograph photo of Annette Funicello. I thought it was cute because she ended up working with them and had. I also like the little Easter egg where they're in NBC and they're like, there's like the board to the side and you see Jim Frawley's name on it. Like I said again, Peter was a total standout for me. He was just so fun. His whole seasickness thing, hay fever, it was just adorable. Classic Peter, I would say. I really loved the Papa Jean's Blues romp. It was so, so fun. Like, I love any of their romps, really. They're so fun. And that was just a classic Monkees romp. It was just a crazy, fun, wild ride. And of course, it has that iconic Michael Nesmith wink. Super fun. One more thing that I thought stood out to me was at the end, Mike had a quote that I thought was really cute during the interview at the end. He said, I'd like to see all the kids in the country wearing their hair the way they'd like to wear it. Which is a good philosophy in general, not just with hair. Just do what you want. Out of 10, I rated it a 9 out of 10. I didn't want to immediately give it a 10 and then have other episodes that I thought were better. You know, I kind of didn't want to go like all the way at once. It was a solid episode. Really solid. And I liked how much music was in it too. Because there was, I want to say 3 different songs. Because there was Mary Mary on the demo, Papa Gino's Blues was the romp, and I think Sweet Young Thing was what they were trying to do over the phone. So, for a show about a band, they definitely packed in the music. But that was my overall thoughts about it. My other reviews are going to be similar structured to this. And basically that's me. I hope you like it. Bye.